Give me some brutal motivation. Look in the mirror naked. That is brutal motivation for you. Turn to the side and don't suck in your stomach. Look how flat your booty is from the side. Look how big your stomach is. That is brutal motivation. Just don't buy the meal plan. I'm not asking you to. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Continue to walk around here with a back bigger than a linebacker. Please do not get it. Please, 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 please. Some women need to be shaped like linebackers. You need motivation to stop being a big back. Look in the mirror. Put your back towards the mirror. Turn around and look at the back of your body. That should motivate you. Don't clench your booty cheeks. Let's see how low it hangs. Right behind your knees. That'll scare you. That'll scare you. I said slow down on the fruit. You ready to fight me. Your sugar addiction is showing. Slow down. Why is sugar unhealthy? Ask your mother with her high blood pressure. Ask her what sugar did to her body. Ask your aunt. Ask your father. Give me some brutal vulnerable.
Okay. Well, she said a lot there. She went in. Only a woman can talk to other women like this. Coming from a man, it would be considered top tier woman bashing. Well, at least she said it. Ladies, please listen to her. If you know you have work to do, stop being lazy, get your ass up, and get it done. What's stopping you? I know for years they've been telling you to love your curves and men should love you the way you are, but you know in your heart that was a lie, right? At what point do you keep loving these curves to? Is it at the point where you can't fit in an Uber? Please, if it's not for a man, do it for your health or your kids. Life is too short already. Don't accelerate the process. Take a look at the comment section. Some women need to be shaped like a linebacker. Girl. Yeah, that's a funny joke. Her and David Goggins equals my life back. Yeah, that David guy, he's like a machine. It sure does scare me, girl. She is exactly how I talk to myself in my head. Well, at least you have that going, because a lot of people don't even talk to themselves. They just do the bare minimum and expect the most. On to the next.
I think it's really interesting how there's always a rise in skinny culture when things get more conservative societally.
You serious?
So I'm reading The Beauty Myth by Naomi Wolf, and it's blowing my mind, and we have to talk about it. Dieting is the most potent political sedative in women's history. A cultural fixation on female thinness is not an obsession about female beauty, but an obsession about female obedience. A quietly mad population is a tractable one. It's like every time we get too powerful, there's a dieting trend going on. Coincidence? No. Dieting and thinness began to be female preoccupations when Western women received the right to vote around 1920. Between 1918 and 1925, the rapidity with which the new linear form replaced the more curvaceous one is startling. In the regressive 1950s, women's natural fullness could be briefly enjoyed once more because their minds were occupied in domestic seclusion. But when women came en masse into male spheres, that pleasure had to be overridden by an urgent social expedient that would make women's bodies into the prisons that their homes no longer were. Researchers S.C. Willey and O.W. Willey confirm what most women know too well, that concern with weight leads to a virtual collapse of self-esteem and sense of effectiveness. Prolonged periodic caloric restriction resulted in a distinctive personality whose traits are passivity and anxiety. Women's advances have begun to give them the opposite traits: high self-esteem, a sense of effectiveness, activity, courage, and clarity of mind. Prolonged and periodic caloric restriction is a means to take the teeth out of this revolution. In fact, I just got this text from my friend, and she was so preoccupied by her looks, and particularly her weight. Mind you, she has just lost a lot of weight, and she looks gorgeous. She looks better than she's ever looked before, and I found this sudden consumption with her weight quite interesting in these times. This girl is a brilliant doctor. She's literally saving people's lives, and it's really interesting how she's at the peak of her career, and she's consumed by this skinny culture, looking as thin as she possibly can. I think us being malleable, weak, not being able to fight back and be in our true power. It's just another way the patriarchy tries to keep us down. This link with conservatism is something to really watch out for. Just some thoughts. I think it's really interesting how there's always a rise.
Okay, so we listened to everything she has to say, and I think we've heard enough, right? All right, this is why I say women need male guidance. And also, women give each other the worst advice. This woman is trying to link staying fit to the rise of conservatism, saying it's just the patriarchy trying to control women. Politics shouldn't seep into every part of your life, every part of your discussions. Staying healthy and looking good is the best advice to give to anyone, man or woman. Why would someone discourage people to not exercise? What does that have to do with liberalism and conservatism? Someone like that doesn't have the best intentions for you. It's more like misery-seeking company. The truth is, women like her want to keep other women divided from men so they can be the ultimate consumers, free to overeat, free of duty, centered on self. It used to be fit, feminine, and friendly, but now it's do what you want. Times have changed. Understand the landscape. Let's take a look at the comment section. I think there's so much female fitness culture though, right now that's still going strong, where skinniness may come, but it doesn't come from a calorie deficit. It comes from exercise and weight training. That's true. It's always about control. F the patriarchy. Okay, so they're trying to control you so you look good and stay healthy. So F them, right? My feminist reading list is so long, but I'm adding this one to the list. What? She's gonna be super lost after that read. E, I'm gonna go eat. Revolution won't take care of itself. So they're gonna fight the revolution by eating more to dismantle the patriarchy one day. You see why you shouldn't listen to them? A lot of these women. It doesn't make any sense what she's trying to do, what she's trying to accomplish. Just leave men out of this when it comes to dismantling the patriarchy and your weight. This is just a you thing. If you want to eat, if you want to be fat, then just keep it to yourself. If you want to eat, go eat. On to the next.
I'm just gonna be honest, okay? You're hot, you're sexy, you're a goddess, you are divine, you radiate divine energy.
So that was a f***ing lie.
Like, you were sculpted by the gods themselves. I'm not even joking. You are so beautiful and gorgeous, okay? You are gorgeous. You light up a room when you walk in. People turn their heads to look at you because you're the main attraction. You're like the focal point of every fucking room that you're in, okay? You are beautiful, you're talented, you're smart, you're funny, you're magical, you're creative. Oh my God, what can you not do? You need to give yourself credit for how far you've come. Not everyone can do that, but you did it because you're that bitch. I'm just gonna be honest, okay? You're hot.
Okay, so you heard everything she had to say. Women are beautiful, they're everything great under the sun. They're hot, they're gorgeous, everything like that, you know? Great. You know what's funny though? They promote this to all women. On the surface, there's nothing really wrong with anything she said. It was all beautiful. It was all lovely, right? But she would probably say that to an overweight porn star. The same thing. Comforting lies. The building of the ego. But is it the truth? How can all women be 10s? How can all women be amazing? Doesn't this mentality blind you from reality? Or even worse, excuse bad behavior? If you're a 10, how do you self-improve? How does one better themselves? It's easy to hear what you want to hear. A tough pill to swallow when you're faced with the truth. Life is about results and outcomes. Ask yourself this question. Is my life where I want it to be? Am I actually happy with my real self? You don't need to be perfect or a goddess, to be okay with yourself. If you're a 5, 6, or 7, the vast majority of men will find you attractive. You won't have no problems, trust me. But when you're a 5, 6, or a 7 and think you're a 10, it's only going to make you look ugly to men. Okay, let's take a look at the comment section. Thank you so much, Queen. Thank you for sharing. Yes, I strongly claim positive energies. Why, thank you for noticing. Thank you, claiming. Yes, obviously. You know, it's one thing to want to hear positive things, but you need a balance of both positive and negative energy. Because how would you be whole if you're just on one side of the vibration? You know, expand your horizon, be a whole person. It's very detrimental to live in such a bubble where you don't know what's going on the other side. That will cause derangement, that will lead to delusion. And you see it a lot nowadays on the internet. So, yeah, on to the next.
I just saw a video of a woman saying being a single mother is not a flex. And sis is right, but I'm going to tell you what's also not a flex.
We do not care.
Being married to someone who doesn't value you, who doesn't value your children, who doesn't care about providing for you, for your safety, for being peace for you, for being kind to you and respect you, that ain't no flex either. Staying in relationships where you're being used and abused for the sake of an image to appease society standards, that ain't no flex either. So don't listen to these people on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and all these other platforms trying to tell you how to live your life. You co-create with God and decide what's best for you and your situation. Because best believe, staying in a toxic relationship for the sake of not being a single mother ain't a flex. So being a single mother might be the best thing for you. Being a single mother is much better than experiencing being cheated on, lied to, getting those busted lips, them black eyes, and all that other horrendous stuff that I had to go through being married. So do what's best for you, sis. You ain't got to listen to these folks on here. You know what's best for your situation. I love y'all. I just thought.
Okay, so we have a single mother here talking about her experience. She's talking about not staying in a relationship that doesn't serve you or is abusive. Okay. But I have to say that being a single mother is not a flex at all. Choosing to be a single mom by choice is definitely a selfish decision. What I can see for the most part with these single moms, they are runners and track stars. But ma'am, you chose to have kids with this person. You didn't get your way. You break up the home because he's not doing what you want him to do. But most men are not cheaters. Most men do not beat up their wives either. She's talking about the extremes. The average situation is a woman leaving because they're not happy. That's when we have to call out these single moms that promote that lifestyle, because it's all about her, not the kids. Kids with no fathers have the highest odds of being homeless, drug addicted, and overall degenerate in society. When you have kids, it's not about you anymore. It's about the kids' future. It's time to sacrifice. All right, let's take a look at the comments. Being a single mother is powerful. See, you're promoting something that's a detriment, unwise. Because she was really dissing single mothers, and single or not, we could actually learn something from each other than bashing. But you said facts. Okay, I haven't seen the video that these people are talking about, but I'm pretty sure it's your typical why you shouldn't be a single mother video. And that's what they consider bashing. You know, if you're not promoting it, then it's bashing in their eyes, which is ridiculous. You're so powerful, Queen. This message is everything. I think a lot of people need to know what they want and go get it. What does that have to do with being a single mother? Go out and go get it. Your kid doesn't have a father anymore. Okay? You're in a deficit now. This is not something we're supposed to promote. We got to do better. On to the next.
Manifest my own destiny. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, the perfect recipe. May they remember me, my words will live on. I'm guided by an energy, a flame, hold it close to you. Check out my melodies. It's the media that's been leading you, I'll show you a thing. Misdirection was the message, they don't want you to win.